Carta of Duke playing her third shot at 15. Billy Ray, what she have left?
She's got 85 yards. She has some decision to make back in the fairway to go for this green and 2. Only had 194 yards to carry the water. Smart choice, I believe.
Not that great a judge of distance there, though. As you can see, holds that angle a long time, which is where she gets a lot of her power from. A little bit too active with the hands through impact. On the wedges, though, for good distance control.
Over to 8. Yep, to the 8th tee. Linnea Johansson on the tee.
You really need to hit a slight fade on this tee shot.
Big fir tree down the right that you have to avoid, and a couple trees on the left side. That could be trouble, and it looked like it went down in that rough.
Over at 9, Janet Mao of Northwestern has a birdie putt, a freshman from Johns Creek, Georgia, not that far from East Lake. She'll have a little bit left for her par. Arizona's Haley Moore, who is red hot, 6 under on her round, but Kay, problems at 5.
She drove it left, absolutely stymied at the base of this big, huge maple tree and had no shot at all. So took her to club lengths, and she's actually fairly lucky that she ended up on dropping in the rough, but she's in the tight ground. Problem is she has 100 yards, and she's got to kind of keep it low and hit a low, punchy shot.
Yeah, and I mean, she at 6 under on her round is carrying the team right now, and Arizona currently is 2 shots out of the 8th spot held by Oklahoma State. Haley Moore 6 off in the individual, but she's thinking team right now. Okay, she caught a few branches, and that's in the bunker.
Time to take a few deep breaths, I think.
All right, back at the 8th, that's Linnea Johansson's ball in the left rough. Nicole?
She does have a shot. She's far enough right of this tree. But I'll have to be honest, I'm a little surprised. I just spoke with her assistant coach, and he said that Linnea has no idea where they stand right now.
I don't think that's a bad move, though, from the coach's part. I really feel like these players don't need the extra pressure of knowing that they have to make a birdie or they have to do this. They just have to try and do the best golf that they can possibly play.
Yeah. Johansson's score definitely will count here. I think it's part of the challenge of being a head coach. Every player is different. The psychology that you use with each player has to be a little different.
Yep. You have to know them too. It's just, you don't want that player to push. You don't want them to have to try and force something and make a silly mistake.
That should be okay there, just on the fringe. Very tight hole. You can see those 2 trees back there in the fairway. Now Stephanie Lowe's turn for Northwestern.
She is a little more blocked out. She is going to have to start this right and move this to her left. Her lie is not very good. This is from 101 yards.
Really difficult to get any kind of turn on a shot with such a short club.
Can she get it on the right edge of the green without hooking it, Nicole?
Oh, it would be awfully close. She is going to have to move this from her right to left.
She went up and over the limbs.
She did.
Well, good shot for her. Very nice.
The race is on for the top 8 spots. Right now, Northwestern sits in the 11th spot. Oklahoma State with a 2-shot lead trying to hold down the 8th spot at the Division I golf champion. An individual champion will be crowned today. Virginia Elena Carter started the day with a 7-shot lead. Her lead is 6. Her birdie putt at 15.
Comes up over the hill. Once again, great judge of pace.
So a par for Carter. She remains at 16 under. Over to 8.
And this was just a moment ago. Linnea Johansson for birdie.
This is a very, very slow putt up the hill.
She had it figured out, tracking right to the front of the hole. Good par after a little mistake off the tee. Now Stephanie Lowe's turn, Nicole.
This putt is moving to her right. She's very close to that fringe. She's going to either have to hover her practice or her backstroke just a bit, or she is going to hit it. You know, and as a player, that's hard. Sometimes it does affect the speed, Karen.
It does, because it can put you off from your natural rhythm of the stroke.
Northwestern 3 shots back of Oklahoma State right now for that 8th spot. Things can change quickly, though.
Good looking putt.
Yeah, things can change quickly. Remember, you're counting 4 scores. A birdie there for Northwestern. What a great stroke that was. Just poured it right in the middle. Her reaction, yes, she knows it's important. To 5.
Haley Moore of Arizona has a bogey putt. Kay, all kinds of problems.
Yeah, did not hit a very good bunker shot. And a much longer bogey putt than she would have liked. And everything going smoothly until this hole.
And Haley Moore, who has been fantastic today with that double bogey there. Arizona is now 4 shots out of the 8th spot.
And when you take a look at Oregon, that score is posted. They are done. They are in at 14 over par. Just have to wait and see if that will be enough.
Not much in this putt at all. Straight in.
Yep, good par from the rough there for the junior from Sweden. To 16, Bronte Law's tee shot at the par 3.
Carried 136 yards. A little breeze here helping the players. When you sit back on this tee, looks like in a very inviting hole location.
Wow, she got away with it, but just cleared the water there, Billy Ray. That was almost a disaster.
That is very surprising. She has been spot on with her approach shots.
To 9.
Oklahoma State's Kenzie Nyson playing her 3rd shot. Her score will count for Oklahoma State. She'll have that left for her par. Still not in. Oklahoma State hanging on right now to the 8th.
Karen Chung ready to go.
Of course, she had a quality shot back at the par 3, 14th to end up making birdie. A solid strike here. Another good-looking shot.
Southern Cal, one of the top teams in women's collegiate golf. They're in great shape. They're 3 under par as a team. They're in 3rd place right now, so they will be part of match play.
Northwestern Stephanie Lowe on the tee at 9. Scott Trade provides the Pro Tracer technology as we watch the tee shot.
Other than the last hole, she's driven it beautifully thus far today.
The freshman from Fullerton, California, Stephanie Lowe. And that's going to settle in that thick rough down the left-hand side. Virginia Elena Carter on the tee. Billy Ray, you won an individual championship. You won 3 times on the PGA Tour. This big lead, how do you manage it trying to get to the finish line?
I think she's done a great job. I can tell you from experience, having yourself as a member of a team helps so much because your concern really is for the other 4 players on your team. But that will help you down the stretch. And I've seen a lot of patience for her and also checking in periodically how her team is playing. So she has handled the pressure up to this point absolutely perfect.
And Billy Ray, knowing that the team is comfortably inside the 8, can you think being conservative is a way you can go here?
Well, there's not. It's the way that she's approached the game today, and she has done a very good job of sticking with her game plan.
Virginia Elena Carter with a 7-shot lead right now. Linnea Johansson of Oklahoma State on the tee at 9. Oklahoma State right now has a 1-shot lead. Trying to hold on to that 8th spot.
She's been a bit sporadic off the tee. She's been missing the fairways in both directions, right and left.
Scottrade Pro Tracer will follow Johansson's tee shot at the 9th. This is her final hole of the day. She started her round on the 10th.
So important to get this tee shot in the fairway. This is a beauty.
And that finds the fairway at number 9. A moment ago, Northwestern's Hannah Kim with a par putt. Again, Northwestern currently in the 9th spot, a shot out of 8. And she misses the par putt. Hannah Kim, a sophomore from California, communications major. Oklahoma State's Kenzie Nyson live now for her par. And she pours that in. Oklahoma State trying to hold on to that 8th and final spot. Even par 72. Back to 16.
Check in with Billy Ray. What does Carter have over there?
Well, her lie's not very good at all, but one thing she has going for her, one, plenty of green to work with, but also it's going to be back down the hill. There's a slope just to her left that will influence this little pitch. It will move to the right.
She's going to have to start this left of the hole. There's a plateau back there in the back part. It's going to shove it back down to the right.
This is a little bit of a surprise, seeing her use a laser to shoot from such short range. Surely she must be trying to pick a spot on the green to land this ball. That's really strange.
Good look from overhead where she's at, up on the back left, up on that hill. What you can't see is how much slope there is in the green. There's a good look at the lie. Billy Ray, that you're right, that lie does not look all that good.
Well, it's not that good at all, but you know, one thing she has going for her, the grain of the grass in which her ball sits is going with her, which will help her get the club through a little bit easier. But she has shown not only does she have power, you know, off the tee, but incredible touch around the greens, and I think that's been the thing that has impressed me more today, even though we haven't had to see it very much. But her shorter shots around the green, she has a lot of control.
She's in great shape. She ought to be able to get it in from here. She has a 7-shot lead. Her Duke teammates have played well. Duke well within inside the number now to make match play. They are at 5th. They are only 4 over as a team for the tournament, so they're going to make match play. Choking way down on that grip, all the way down to the steel, Karen.
She is, and with that swing, I mean, that's indicating to me this is only going to be a very short shot, like just barely get it on the green and let it release to the hole.
Well, all indications with that lie, if she had one that was really sitting down going against her, she wouldn't be taking this swing. But Karen, I agree with you. She'll accelerate through though. Oh, beautiful touch. This ball should just trickle down nicely there. Not that bad from that position.
Well, Duke's going to make match play. They have no trouble with that. Turned into a beautiful afternoon. We had rain early on, but some pressure finishing up. Let's see who's going to get into the top 8 and play match play. Right now, that last spot is Oklahoma State.
Linnea Johansson, a moment ago at 9, her 2nd shot.
This is from 156. This is headed left.
What a mistake there. Oklahoma State right now trying to hold down the 8th spot. Stephanie Lowe of Northwestern playing her 2nd at 9, her final hole of the day.
Not a very good lie. This is also from 155. This is going to miss the green left.
If Johansson gets it up and down, Oklahoma State is going to secure the 8th spot. Oregon has already finished. They've already posted plus 14. We go to 16.
Carter for her par. Going to stay at 16 under and right Right now, a 6-shot lead. Yeah, she has just done it all.
She certainly has, Kirk. She has done it all, and that's the best way you could put it.
Karen tee to green. She's been solid. She's putted great.
I think the biggest thing for her is the putting.
Back to 9.
Linnea Johansson's third shot at 9.
This is a pretty difficult bunker shot to have to get up and down. The ball is below her feet. Its pin is up on a ridge. Oh, this is in that back bunker. Oh, and it's plugged.
Oh, my goodness. Oklahoma State needed a par from Johansson to secure the 8th spot. Her score definitely counts. The Prairie score will not count. The other 4 scores will count. Johansson and Oklahoma State right now in the 8th spot at plus 13, but now she'll be playing her 4th shot from the greenside bunker at the 9th hole, which is the final hole of the day. Remember, Oregon is already done. They have posted plus 14. Stephanie Lowe next to play.
This is a very basic chip and run up the hill. She's looked at this from many angles. So moving to her right.
And she needs to make this in order to help Northwestern match Oregon, who's already in at plus 14, and who knows what's going to happen with Oklahoma State.
I have to tell you, the tensions are very high out here. You can feel the nerves.
Lowe
I'm nervous for these girls.
leaves it short there. Remember, Northwestern's currently in 10th at plus 15. Now Linnea Johansson, and suddenly Oregon, which posted plus 14, they have an opportunity here. They can move into the 8th spot solo.
And remember, Arizona still has holes to play, even though they're at 17 over. Still the opportunity to maybe match that total.
This is the 4th shot for Johansson at 9.
You could give her a bucket of balls, and I don't think she could get this one up and down. This is more difficult than the last bunker shot she had.
And it goes racing across the green and back into the bunker where she started. And she's the final player on the golf course for Oklahoma State. And now Oregon knows that in a worst case scenario, they're in a playoff. That's if Johansson holds this bunker shot for bogey. She has to hold this now for bogey, or else Oregon moves to the 8th spot.
There hasn't been a whole lot of talking between Linnea and her coaches. She's moving fast, and you can tell she's very jittery, pretty upset with herself at this point. It's hard to think everything's come down to her after all these holes.
That's her 5th shot out of the bunker. So even if she rolls in the putt for double bogey, that's going to drop Oklahoma State to 15 over and out of the 8th spot. Oregon has already posted plus 14. They're in. Over to 6, Haley Moore has a par putt.
Trying to get it up and down from 70 yards out.
What's up? Yeah, hey girl.
Oh, you don't think that par meant something?
Nice job.
And after that double bogey, she bounces back with a clutch par save. Now Johansson has putt for double bogey. Remember, all she needed to do was make par on this last hole at Oklahoma State. And virtually wrapped up the 8th spot.
And you almost thought after she got that drive in the fairway that making par would not have been that difficult. That was definitely the toughest part of this hole, and she took a little extra time on that 2nd shot and just really didn't stick to her routine.
Oregon posted 14 over. They were on the outside looking in. Johansson for her double. And she will make triple bogey 7 at her final hole, the 9th. And Oklahoma State goes from the 8th spot, and now they have fallen back to the 10th. Fletcher from Northwestern going over and encouraging Linnea Johansson. And how about that, Oregon? They were on the outside looking in, and then just a mess at 9 for Oklahoma State, Linnea Johansson.
And it's very easy to think about Johansson, you know, as making that double bogey at the end, but what her coach ought to tell her is that it was a team effort. We all contributed to the scores. We could have saved shots elsewhere. She cannot lay this all on her shoulders. It will be tough to do, but that's the job for her coach after this. It's all starting to sink in for her now.
And her teammates looking on. Nothing that they can do. We take it to 7.
Out to 17, Crystal Kiwi of Arizona. This is for birdie. There's 3 shots off the number, and that creeps them a little bit closer. Remember, Haley Moore is very long. She could easily get home in 2 on this par 5.
Yep.
Possible another birdie there. Then you've got the 8th hole, Karen, that's a very short par 4. A good drive there, and you've got wedge.
And what I really like to see is that Derek Radley, the assistant coach, is out there with Haley right now. That's huge.
Oregon looking on anxiously. Linnea Johansson making a triple bogey on the final hole as Oklahoma State falls out of the 8th spot. Arizona as we go to 8.
And Crystal Kiwi of Arizona, her tee shot, very narrow hole here at 8, short, only 331 yards.
There's a big Douglas fir tree on the right-hand side that players have to avoid. And you find that a lot. Players have to take it down that left side because most of them hit a draw.
Yeah, that should be okay right there. We saw earlier. This, Karen, this has to be brutal. Johansson in there, all her teammates watching, coming up that last hole. They needed her score to count, and they needed something good to happen. And what happened is brutal for her.
Absolutely. She hit a poor swing with the second shot, put herself behind the 8 ball a little bit. Bunker shot was poor, and then it just escalated from there. And really, the team now should rally around her. And like I said just a while ago, they need to say, look, we all did this together.
Tough to watch. All right, out to 17, Carta's 3rd shot.
Well, went for this green with driver, Kurt. Oh, caught that ball a little thin there. That's going to scoot across the green.
Arizona's Jessica Vasalik on the tee at 9, her final hole of the day. Arizona now 2 shots out of that 8th spot.
Good shot.
Vasalik, a junior from Anaheim, California, a finance major. We go back to 7.
Yeah, this is senior Lindsay Weaver for birdie. She knocked it on this par 5 in 2. She has this left for birdie. Again, they are 2 shots out of a playoff right now with Oregon. This will take another shot off. She can knock it in. Yeah, there you go. So now they are only 1 shot back of Oregon after that birdie by Weaver at 7. To the 8th. Kiwi 2nd shot.
That was from 88 yards. The ball was sitting down. It's a good-looking shot.
Tough to control coming out of there. You can't spin it coming out of that rough.
Coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Golf Championships continues with team match play quarterfinals Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, live on Golf Channel. For more information on the 2016 Women's Golf Championships, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships, out to 17.
And our leader, Carta, for birdie.
Yeah. Chancing again to see how her speed is from long distance.
Pretty darn good.
It's been so good, Kurt.
She's going to win the individual title. Now Oregon has to sit and wait.